So let's see what news could affect gold tomorrow. So first thing in the morning, we have a BOE interest resistance. This is really not going to affect gold that much. It's mostly going to affect GB pair. So we're going to get into that a bit later. So to be honest, yes, we have a news at 3:30. Initial jobless claims. Guys, again, you have to keep an eye out for this news. This news will be really massive because our day after tomorrow is NFP. So this will actually set the tone. What happens with NFP? So if we see a bad number, let's say our jobless claims is higher than expected. So they're expecting 14, 15K. But if imagine it's 1420 or 1435K jobless, you are going to see a massive spike into gold. You are going to see gold actually rising, quite strongly. So keep an eye out for that number, guys. This news is going to come around 1:30 GMT. So keep an eye out for this. So we're predicting the news is going to be bad. We're predicting that jobless claims are actually going to go higher because there are more lockdown fears. In US, a lot of people are losing jobs, as you know, a lot of states such as California, Texas did start closing more and more pubs and shops down as the coronavirus case was rising for past few weeks. So, this week, there are low coronavirus cases compared to last week, but do expect this number to be higher as 1420K. So if that happens, we could see gold actually retesting the highs of at least could rise all the way back to 2045, which is about 11 points, and could break the highs of 2051 on that tomorrow's news. So keep an eye out for this important news at 1:30. So what happens with this highest break, guys? So if this highest break, then our next level would be, as I said, would be around 2100. Next level would be this level here. So this 2100 would be the next key level to watch out for if we see a break up out of this level tomorrow, or even a day after tomorrow when we have NFP news coming at 1:30 GMT again. So again, keep an eye. Gold currently most likely is not going to move that much for now because, as you know, the only session right now running is New York session, and most of it currency traders are probably taken off right now. Only traders that will be trading right now is stock exchange traders. So we're not going to see a lot of momentum in gold, as you can clearly see just before 6 of UK time, we had a quite a big bullish momentum upwards, which was the trade was sent out, re-entry trade, and we hit TP. But again, currently gold is just retesting this 50 EMA line on a short time frame, just a flattening. If I see a straight line of my EMA, I expect not to do anything with that trade. I want to see a break above or below of this trade. I want to see a kind of momentum, like something like this, or up momentum or down momentum. Because if something like this, like this, when the market is moving really like sideways, we're gonna get caught in up and down momentum quite easily. So it's better not to trade this kind of momentum. It's better to trade a trend, which is always a friend. So we can clearly see gold right now ranging. We are probably going to see ranging till Asian session opens up, which is about 12 a.m. GMT. So we might see a pullback upward to this resistance level, which is 2042. Again, I do not expect a lot of momentum on gold unless there's a massive news unless there's a massive fundamental news comes from US. Like, for example, let's say they reached a trade deal, a stimulus trade deal that will affect gold. That might see gold plummeting back to levels of 2012, and or the news comes up that the Beirut bombings was a criminal, was a planted bomb, as a terrorist attack. That could affect gold quite furiously as well, because that could see fears of gold production, because Beirut provides about 8% of gold around the world. So that could see gold price rising as well. So we're gonna keep an eye on fundamentals. Gold is mostly a fundamental trade, so it follows a lot of fundamental news more than technical analysis. But currently on purely technical analysis, we would stay away from this trade. We want to see some kind of momentum upwards, probably a break above the highs of this 2038 level for me to really look for a buy entry to highs of 2052. But if this level holds and if I see a break above below 2030, I might look to probably a swing it all the way back to 2000. So again, quite a limbo right now for gold in the between. So let's see what happens on tomorrow's news. We're most likely going to be trading gold tomorrow now after the news, which is at 1:30 GMT. So let's quickly look at USD pair. So as I said, first thing we're looking at GPUSD, because we have a interested decision for GPUSD around 9:30 in the morning. I don't know, 9:30 is a bit earlier than that. Sorry, 7 in the morning, as soon as the London Stock Exchange opens up, we're going to have a interested decision. So we do not expect any more cuts in the interested decision. We do expect it to be 0.1 basis. That's going to be the meeting minutes is the important one. What did they expect would happen in the economy? Because as you know, there are rising cases in London and all around UK. Aberdeen had a fresh lockdowns. Manchester is going through with fresh lockdowns. There are more lockdowns happening. More cities and more boroughs in the country are experiencing more and more lockdowns. So on that basis, we might see BOE, Bank of England, trying to give out trying to work out the way around it. So if I see something like, let's say, a keyword like more stimulus need to be pumped in, that's going to affect the GP. Let's say they might cut interest rate in coming days, that's going to affect GP. Let's say they might need more, they need to buy back more debts from a companies for it to really get companies going again, that's going to affect the market quite a lot, and that's all bearish signal for GP. I might see GP like drop back to levels of the which way it rose from, actually, truly, to be honest, where it started rising today, which was 1.2059. So expecting GP on that, bearish news. If it is bearish news, let's see. I do not know yet, because sometimes this is a lot of manipulative news. These kind of news are quite manipulative. You could actually get caught if you have a sentiment before the news comes out. So I'm going to go along as the news comes out. I want to see, let me just give my mindset. So if I see a breakout, let's say above this high, so I want to see a breakout above this high, which was today's high, 1.31605, then I'm long. If I see a breakout below this a support line, so 1.3105, I'm sure that's my basis right now. But let's see how the market really reacts to that news tomorrow. Right now, again, as it looks like now, we might see some kind of pullback, some kind of selling pressure is going on in GEP, as DXY is seeing some loss of buyers coming in the market at the late hours of trading. So expecting GP to keep dropping at least to the levels of 1.345, about 16, 17 pips or so. Then probably going to see some kind of ranging moment, because no investor is going to start trading on this big news day tomorrow. So we are going to see investors start pausing to trade GPSD, and focusing their mind toward somewhere else. So again, GP quite critical level, but could be good trade tomorrow if I see a good positive comments from BOE, which is highly unlikely. But if there is a positive comment from BOE, we could see GP actually breaking above 1.32, which is quite high. Let's see on the monthly chart when was that high, that chart. So of course, GP rising all the way back to 1.346, which it was on 1st of November 2019. So we could see a multi-year high on GBP on that positive BOE news. But if that news fails to give us a positive sentiment, we could see GP dropping back to levels of 1.29, which is about 100 pips or so drop. So keep an eye out for GP. Quite important news. Another important trade we're looking at is USD. So USD, as of now, currently testing this highs of 1.90 level, hasn't been able to break this level. It was here on 31st of July as well. Since for last 3 to 4 days, it's just been ranging on this level, currently coming back to retest this 4-hour uptrend line. So we might see, more of a momentum upwards. But again, the way DXY is looking, we might see some more upward momentum. As I said, if there's any kind of fiscal policy news that comes out from US, so DXY has broken above this level of support. So this was a level of support and it has broken above it. So indicating you might see some kind of rise all the way to this level of resistance, which is EMA, 50 EMA resistance. So on that note, we might see some kind of downward momentum on USD. So let's see how USD really plans out tomorrow. But I'm going to keep an eye, because US is still afternoon time, in barely afternoon time in US right now. So we might see some news coming later in the day about fiscal policy and more stimulus that the government is trying to plan out for people in US who are unemployed people. So if there's some positive news on that stimulus, we might see DXY rising a bit more, and we might see USD ending the day in lows of 1.1818. So quite important day for euro today. Let's see how the news comes out. We might see a quiet day as well. We might see more news tomorrow, because again, as I said, quite important day tomorrow in terms of dollar as well. Initial jobless claim, this could be something that market will await, and so we might see a lot of momentum in the market. So let's see. A lot of people asking how this news will affect the how will affect the stock. So let me just get my trend line. This is a daily uptrend line that we have here. So yep, okay, get rid of this one. So let's quickly go to our hourly time frame. So currently, as I said, if there's a tomorrow, let's say this news is bad, initial jobless claims, it comes bigger than this number, expected number, you are seeing Dow actually plummeting. Dow is going to plummet back to levels of 2.65. But it's a simple thing. If the numbers are better than expected and there's more stimulus positive news, we are seeing Dow breaking above the levels of breaking above this level and rising to the level of this resistance line. This is a daily resistance at 2750. So Dow currently in the middle, but most likely the way it's rising right now, we could see a bullish momentum continue tomorrow. But again, this news could affect that bullish momentum continuation. But again, if this news is smaller than expected, let's say it's 1400 or 1390K, you are going to see Dow rise quite furiously, because there was a positive data from US today in terms of CPI. So let's go back today. So what was it today? Let me just show you. So it was a positive data from ADP non-farm payroll. Was better than expected. They were expecting, something like this, but it was all right. But ISM manufacturing was the biggest good news of US for today, 58.1 when they're expecting 55, which was lower than previous. So, something like this is giving some kind of boost to dollar bias. So that also gave boost to Dow Jones. And again, another positive news tomorrow with employment will give another positive boost to DJ30. So we might see all US stocks, which is NAS 100, DJ30, or, SPN 500 we might see some quite a big jump on those pairs. We might see jump of at least, let's say, 100 or 200 basis points. So keep an eye out for those. Keep an eye out for that kind of jump in the news if you are into your indices and stock tradings. Again, guys, Dowbait. If you have any more questions, you can ask me right now. I'm more than happy to help you. You have 5 minutes. If you have any question, you can ask me right now. It is recorded, so it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel where you can go like, share, subscribe. And if you have any friends and family who wants to start trading, you can forward this video to them, or they can join our 7-day free trial and start trading. All they need is demo account. And if they don't know how to create a demo account, my team can help you create a demo account, which they can trade, without risk of losing any money. And if they like it, they can start trading with us. Just the news that's coming in right now. Moderna details coronavirus vaccine pricing as orders roll in. So Moderna, as you know, was the first vaccine company that said they have a vaccine that's affecting, coronavirus cases, seriously ill coronavirus patients. So they are seeing a lot of orders rolling in for them. So it's a good sign. This could be a good moving on this development. We might see, gold dropping because stock rising. So something like this could also affect stock market. But again, we need to see more development on this news for me to really see what's happening with the stock market on this positive news. But this is a positive news in terms of coronavirus, positive news for countries like US and UK and other countries around the world. All right, guys, thank you so much and have a good day.